Have you ever wondered why some people are more prone to depression than others? It's a question that has puzzled scientists for years. Depression is a widespread mental health issue that affects millions worldwide, causing feelings of profound sadness, hopelessness, and worthlessness. But what if the answer to why some of us are more susceptible to depression lies in our genes? Today we'll delve into a recent breakthrough study that has identified new genes linked to depression. Depression is more than just feeling down or going through a rough patch. It's a complex mental health disorder that seeps into every corner of life, casting a shadow over thoughts, feelings, and day-to-day activities. At its core, depression is a persistent sadness that's more than just a temporary blue mood. It's a constant companion that lingers, often without any apparent reason, making even the simplest tasks seem like monumental challenges. Depression manifests itself in a variety of ways, with symptoms as diverse as the people it affects. For some, it's an overwhelming sense of sadness and hopelessness. For others, it's a loss of interest in activities once enjoyed, a constant feeling of fatigue, or difficulty concentrating. It can disrupt sleep, appetite, and the ability to think clearly. In its most severe form, depression can even lead to thoughts of suicide. It's important to remember that depression isn't a sign of weakness or a character flaw. It's a serious medical condition that affects more than 300 million people worldwide. It's an invisible battle, being fought every day by people from all walks of life, from the teenager in your neighborhood to the Hollywood star on your screen. Depression also has a profound impact on physical health. Studies have linked it to a host of physical ailments, from heart disease to diabetes. It's a silent tormentor that can shorten lives, even when treated. But what causes depression? It's a question scientists have been grappling with for years. Some point to a combination of biological, psychological, and environmental factors. Others suggest it might be an imbalance of certain chemicals in the brain. Yet depression is far from being a one-size-fits-all condition. Its symptoms, severity, and impact vary greatly from person to person. This diversity hints at the possibility of different types of depression, each with its own unique triggers and characteristics. Depression is a serious condition, and its roots may lie deeper than we think. It's a puzzle that scientists are still trying to solve, and every piece we find brings us one step closer to understanding this complex condition. Science has always hinted at a genetic link to depression. This statement has been the backbone of numerous research studies, and today, we delve deeper into this fascinating world of genetics and its relationship with depression. Genes are the basic building blocks of life. These tiny segments of DNA are passed down from parents to offspring and are responsible for everything, from our eye color to our susceptibility to certain diseases. They are the very blueprint of our existence, dictating every aspect of our physical and mental health. Now, when we talk about mental health, we're not just referring to the absence of mental disorders. It's about our overall psychological well-being, our ability to manage stress, to work productively, to make meaningful contributions to our community, and to realize our own potential. And here's where depression comes in. This common mental illness, marked by persistent feelings of sadness, hopelessness, and a lack of interest or pleasure in activities, affects millions of people around the world. It's been known that depression runs in families, suggesting a genetic link. However, identifying the specific genes involved in depression has been akin to finding a needle in a genetic haystack. Over the years, researchers have toiled relentlessly, sifting through the vast landscape of our genome, attempting to uncover the genetic underpinnings of depression. They knew that genes played a role in depression, but the specifics remained elusive. They were like detectives, knowing the culprit was out there, but without any leads to follow. And that's where we were until recently. We knew there was a genetic link to depression, but the exact genes and how they influenced depression were a mystery. We were on the cusp of a breakthrough, but we needed that final piece of the puzzle to truly understand the genetic links to depression. Until recently, the specific genes involved remained a mystery. But the fog is lifting, and the mystery is starting to unravel. Stay tuned as we delve into the breakthrough study that has shed new light on the genetic links to depression. A recent study published in Science has made a significant breakthrough. Now, let's delve into the details of this fascinating research. The study embarked on a mission to identify the elusive genetic factors contributing to depression. The researchers enlisted data from diverse ancestries, ensuring a broad representation of the human genetic spectrum. This comprehensive approach is crucial to uncover the complex genetic underpinnings of depression, which, like many mental health conditions, does not discriminate based on heritage. The methodology adopted was as meticulous as it gets. The researchers analyzed the genetic information using advanced computational techniques. These techniques sifted through millions of genetic variants, akin to finding a needle in a haystack, but with the precision of a well-oiled machine. And the results, nothing short of groundbreaking. Over 200 new genes and 50 new genetic regions linked to depression were unearthed. Each newly identified gene serves as a piece of the jigsaw puzzle, bringing us a step closer to the complete picture of depression's genetic landscape. But what does this all mean? Well, every gene identified presents a potential target for therapeutic intervention. Think of it as discovering hidden doors, each leading to potential new treatments for depression. The researchers aren't resting on their laurels either. They're already on the road to developing drugs that could target these newly identified genes. This discovery is akin to lighting a beacon in the often foggy field of mental health research. It illuminates the path to understanding the genetic intricacies of depression. But more importantly, it offers hope. Hope that we're inching closer to a future where depression can be effectively treated, if not entirely prevented. So the next time you hear about genetic research, remember this study. Remember the 200 new genes, the 50 new genetic regions, and the promise they hold for the future of depression treatment. This discovery could pave the way for new treatments. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the power of science. This breakthrough discovery is indeed a beacon of hope. We are now on the precipice of a new era in depression treatment and understanding, thanks to the relentless efforts of scientists who have uncovered over 200 new genes linked to this complex condition. Now, you might be wondering, what does this mean for the future? Well, the potential implications of this groundbreaking study are vast and profound. With these new genetic targets identified, researchers can now focus on developing novel treatments, possibly even personalized ones that could be more effective and have fewer side effects than our current options. Imagine a world where a simple genetic test could guide your treatment plan, leading to faster recovery times and better overall outcomes. This is the promise of personalized medicine, and with these newly discovered genes, we're one step closer to making this a reality for those suffering from depression. But the benefits of this research extend beyond just treatment. By identifying the genetic roots of depression, we can also improve our understanding of how and why this condition develops in the first place. This knowledge could pave the way for preventative measures, allowing us to intervene earlier and potentially halt the progression of the disease before it takes hold. This is not just about creating better treatments. It's about shifting our perspective on depression, recognizing it as a biological condition that can be understood, treated, and ultimately prevented. This reframing could reduce the stigma surrounding mental health, encouraging more people to seek help without fear of judgment. And while this research is in its early stages, the hope it brings is palpable. For the millions of people worldwide living with depression, these scientific advancements represent more than just new treatment possibilities. They represent a future where depression is no longer a life sentence, but a condition that can be effectively managed or even prevented. In the grand scheme of things, these new genes are like pieces of a larger puzzle. Each discovery brings us closer to seeing the full picture of what causes depression, and with it, the potential to change the lives of those affected. A deeper understanding of depression's genetic roots could change the lives of many, and with this we stride forward into a future of hope, understanding, and the promise of better mental health for all. Knowledge is power, and sharing it can make a difference. If this message resonated with you, if you found value in understanding the genetic link to depression and the hope this new research brings, why not give it a thumbs up? Your support helps us continue to demystify complex subjects like this one. And while you're at it, consider hitting that subscribe button. We regularly cover mental health topics, and subscribing ensures you won't miss out on these insightful discussions. Now let's not keep this knowledge to ourselves. If you know someone who could benefit from this information, someone struggling with depression or just keen on understanding it better, share this video with them. You never know, it might be the push they need to seek help or the reassurance they're not alone in their fight. This enlightening discussion has been based on an article published in Science Daily titled "Newly Identified Genes for Depression May Lead to New Treatments" on January 10, 2024. I highly recommend reading the complete article for a deeper dive into the subject. You'll find the link in the description below. Remember, you are not alone. Reach out, seek help, and let's fight depression together.